It said we're going to have a sword to execute vengeance upon these heathen, right? Keep going.
And punishment upon the people.
A punishment upon these people. Keep going.
To bind their kings in chains.
So bind their kings in chains. Right? That means Joe Biden is going in chains.
Right.
That means Donald Trump going in chains, man.
Right.
That means you Saudi Arabian kings going in chains.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
To bind their kings in chains.
Right.
And their nobles with fetish of iron.
Right? Their kings going to have iron yokes on their neck. Why? Because these curses going to get reversed. Keep going.
To execute upon them judgment written with honor. Have all his saints.
Honor have all his saints, man.
Praise ye the Lord.
You not prepared, sleeping on me, don't you dare, homie. It's gonna wake you right up at your sleep, nightmares, homie. And it's only fair, I shine this like a flare, homie. When it go viral, they gon' like, sub and share, homie. I got that spirit on me, I got that spirit on me. Man, I understand these scripts, I see it clear, homie. I got that spirit on me, and I ain't scared, homie. So if you wanna come debate, just be prepared, homie. I got that spirit.
You can run up anytime because I keeps it on me. I got the spirit.
What's up, King? Yo, what's your nationality if you don't mind me asking? Huh? African descent. There's 54 countries in the continent. Know what country you come from? We don't know, right? Just keeping it honest, we don't know where, because most people come from continent Africa, right? But if you ask the East Indian, he's going to tell you exactly where he's from. I mean, if you ask the Arab, he's going to tell you exactly where he's from, and where his family was brought up, and where his traditions and his customs came from, right? But our people, do we know? All we know is drug dealers and killers, right? That's all. Make music, right? Be a football player, basketball player, shut up and dribble, rap about killing your own people, selling drugs to your own people, and Mr. Take Your Girl, right? This is our traditions that we now have, right? Why is that, right? Why is it only in our people? Why are people the only ones getting shot, man? Not living past 18. Why are kids getting hit on their bikes, man? By straight bullets? Why we filling up the prison houses, right? Why we got the shittiest jobs and the shittiest school systems, right? And they put drugs and guns in our community. You think we go to Afghanistan to get heroin? No, we ain't never do that. But guess what? They ain't no more troops in Afghanistan. So now, guess what? They got fentanyl, right? So the troops ain't bringing heroin. There ain't no pure heroin here in the Philly no more. Now they got fentanyl, right? And China now ain't fucking with us. So now there's trank out here. You see that? Because they need you to keep getting locked up, man. Right? Every day you in a prison, they make money in that prison. Right? You gotta pay for commissary, you gotta pay for phone time, you gotta pay for bail, you gotta pay for a lawyer, you gotta pay court costs and fines. And guess what? Your son watching, that's how you growing up. So guess what? He gonna be just like daddy, man. It's just a revolving door. It's generational curses, man.
Right.
Right? Let me get Deuteronomy 28. Let me get 45. We got records, man. Everything that said we will go through, there's an ancestor. Our ancestors said we was gonna go through this. This ain't nothing new, what we going through, man. Right? Bring it up.
Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
So the Bible is talking about a people that's gonna have curses upon them until they be destroyed. Why?
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
right?
To keep his commandments.
Does every nation have a God? Does the Arabs have a God? The East Indians, the Chinese, everybody has a God, right? We don't have a God. We say there is no God. I am God, right? The woman is God, right? We just have a vain imagination and we worship things that we just think about, things that we made up, right? Keep going.
Says,
but we have a God, Ken. We got the greatest God, the God of gods, man. Right? Keep going.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Thy God. Not everybody's God. Thy God. What?
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commands thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Right? So these curses are going to be upon us for a sign because we're not listening to God. Right? Everything that he instructed us how to live, how to be a husband, how to be a man, how to be a father, how to raise your children. Right, how to cook, what to eat, everything is in this Bible is giving us instructions how to live, man. And it's the best thing that we can have. If we just followed this and didn't believe in God, our community would be better. But God said that this was going to happen, man, regardless. It said it was going to be, what is it going to be?
It says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign.
These curses going to be upon us for a sign.
And for a wonder.
Right, so how you know you're on 15th and Market? Because there's a sign that says 15th and Market. If not, it would just be a street. You know that's 15th Street, and this is 15th, and that's, what's this market right here?
And
it's 15th, right? Yeah, that's how you know that that's that. If not, then it would just be a street. That's Citizens Bank. If you didn't see a sign there, it'd just be a building. Right? But these curses gonna be on the people to let you know who these people are.
Right.
Who God's chosen people are, right? Keep going. And it's gonna be a sign and a wonder, right? These curses gonna be a sign to be wondering why the fuck we going through this shit?
Right.
Why we the only ones burying our kids out here, man? Why we the only ones filling up these prison houses, man? Right? Keep going.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God.
Because we ain't serve God, who what?
With joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
Right? Every other nation do it. You know what I mean? And guess what? They ain't going through shit, right? But we ain't listening to our God, man. Keep going.
For the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
So who would you say we're serving a people? Who would that people be? Huh? White people. We are serving a people that the Bible is saying you will be serving your enemies. Right? Let's see what else we're going to be doing.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
God sent them against us because they're the most base people on this earth. They're the weakest people on this earth. We are the strongest, fastest, we jump the highest. Everything we do is better than every other nation. We cook better, dance better, we make the best music. We dominate in boxing, football, basketball. Everything we do is better. We dominate. We are the superior race.
Right.
So how did the weakest people on this earth come and enslave and hang and whip in the backs and sell the children of the best people on this earth? It's because God sent it, man. That's the only way that this power can get defeated by that power.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Right.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So we're serving a people. Do we go to them for food? We go to them for food, right? What else?
And in thirst.
For water, right?
And in nakedness.
For clothing, right?
And in want of all things.
For housing, for education, for a loan, permission to drive, permission to hunt, permission to fish, man. Everything we do, we need permission from the same people that we're serving, right? Keep
right. And he shall put a yoke of iron.
So our enemies, the same people we're serving in hunger, thirst, and the nakedness and the one of all things, these same people will be putting a yoke of iron, right? What's a yoke of iron, do you know? It's one of those clamps that go around your neck, and they got a chain on it, and it went to the next slave. You seen Roots? You seen all these slave movies, how they had chains on their necks? This is real shit. This is real history. Guess what? It happened to the native Indians too. Because we are the same people with this Bible. We make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? Keep going.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Until what?
Until he have destroyed thee.
Right? So we had these yokes of iron. We're serving the people, and the same people that put yokes of iron on our neck, we're serving them today for the one of all things. Right? Why does the Bible that was written thousands of years ago is prophesying something that's happening today to our people? Because it's going to be a sign and a wonder upon our children forever. Every time we fall off, we're going to go through the shit over and over again. Right. This whole history of the Bible is us fucking up and getting it together again. Fucking up and getting it together again.
Yep.
Right? And we getting it together now, man. We got next and rulership, right? And they ain't never going to take the kingdom from us.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
For the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Right? Guess what? The French, the British, and the Spaniards came from far, all the way over there, over here to the Americas. They killed so many Taino Indians, so many native Indians, that they had to go to the western shores of Africa to get the so-called blacks to come and replace the slaves that they killed over here because they didn't have enough to build all this, man. Right? This nation came from afar, man. Right?
From one end of the earth, as swift as an eagle flyeth.
And just so coincidentally, America idolizes this eagle, this predatory bird that flies in the air and kills everything, right? Spain, right? Every white European country idolizes this bird, an eagle, right? Keep going.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Right? And you didn't understand English when the British came and conquered your people. We didn't understand Spanish when the Spaniards came and conquered our people. And the Jamaicans and the Brazilians and the Haitians didn't understand French and Portuguese until they went and conquered those people. Right? And then America came and they had war with all these people, and that America got this superpower because they dropped nukes on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right, on Japan, and all of a sudden now everybody's scared of America, but this big bad bully is about to fall, man.
Right.
China, Russia, Ukraine, right? We got India, everybody's about to turn on America, man. All their allies is about to turn, man. Why? Because of what happened to us, man. Right, keep going.
It says, a nation of fierce countenance.
All right, let's go to 45. Let me show you something. 45. 54, Shalaki. Right? So we see these curses being upon people for a sign and for a wonder. And no, everybody didn't go through this, man. Everybody wasn't considered a property. We are still considered. When they said all men was created equal in their constitution, we were still a property, man. They were not talking about us.
Right.
Right? And we celebrate the 4th of July, the Independence Day. We celebrate Juneteenth when we were free as slaves. We got our slave master last name. We got our slave master's language. We had to pay them taxes. We on their whole system, man. We got PP numbers, man. Right?
Right.
Bring that out.
Verse Deuteronomy 28:54.
Right, this is another curse that's going to be upon us for a sign and a wonder. Keep going.
So that the man that is tender among you,
Right,
and very delicate.
If we kept the commandments, we would be tender among each other, and we'll be very delicate. If we ever needed anything, we won't be sharing no wives. I will respect your wife. We'll be raising your children as a community.
Right.
Right. So if we kept the commandments, we will be delicate. Right.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
But we're not keeping the commandments. We used to be delicate, right? But now that we're not keeping commandments, this curse is going to be that we're going to have an evil eye towards each other. Right? The Chinese shooting at each other because they're looking at each other wrong. Maybe the Arabs, maybe the white man, maybe somebody outside of us. You know what I mean? You see the so-called Negroes in America going through it, but we're going through it in Mexico. We're going through it in Puerto Rico, Colombia, Cuba. We're killing each other too, man. We're filling the prisons over there too. You know what I mean? And we filling up together here in America. You don't see no East Indians in CFCF. Right? You don't see Chinese people in CFCF unless they was fucking an animal. You know what I mean? They probably was doing some incest or something. You know what I mean? That's what they go to jail for. You know what I mean? We go to jail because we got an evil eye towards each other, man. Right? Keep going.
And towards the wife of his bosom.
Right? And we share our women out here. We don't respect our women. Our women don't respect themselves, to keep it real. You know what I mean? But we look at our woman like the least, and we'll grab a white girl and walk around with her like a trophy. And we'll just ditch our own women. When they're the best women on this earth. Got the best bodies, got the best flavor, right? But we'll walk around with this white girl like you came up. Chinese girl like she's something exotic.
Right.
We exotic to them, man.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
And towards the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
So now we're going to have fatherless households, man. A remnant of the children where the father's going to leave, man. Who got fatherless households? You might find one or a couple individuals in these other nations, but as a nation, we have, bro, who's raising these kids out here, bro? They 15 years old, you ain't get you out the car, man. These kids getting killed and killing out here right now. Ain't nobody raising his kids, having kids, right? And they doing it for welfare, they doing it for child support and things like that. You know what I mean? They don't care about their kids out here, man. Let me get 64.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64.
Right?
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Right? So if we was going to get scattered among all people, we can prove that we were scattered in the transatlantic slave trade. We got sold to every nation on this earth. We were on auction blocks. Right? We was getting hung, and they was taking pictures and sending postcards. You know what Black Friday was? Black Friday was them selling little Negro kids for cheap, man. It was on clearance. That's what Black Friday is, man. And our people fill up them lines, man. Not knowing the history of what's going on, man. Thanksgiving is about the killing of Native Indians, man. They're celebrating this. And guess what Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and all of us do, man? We got a turkey in the crib, right? Sacrificing to their God, man. Right? Keep going.
It says, the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth, even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
Right, so in this place where we get scattered, we're going to be serving other gods. It's not going to be the God of this Bible. He tells you how to serve him. So we might say, oh, we serve the same God, but you can't serve this God if you don't know how to serve him.
Right.
Right, keep going.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Right.
Even wood and stone.
What's the two number one religions here in the world? Christianity and Islam. He said that we was going to be serving even wood and stone. This is a curse, man. And what are people filling up? The Christian church and an Arab mosque, man. We're following after a white Jesus and an Arab prophet. We can prove through their book that the prophethood wasn't given to them. It was given to the people of the Bible. Right. And they're not the people of the Bible.
Right.
They're just copying this. Right? Keep going.
It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
We ain't gonna be ease, man. Right? We're gonna work 2 shifts. We got 60 hours. We gotta work to pay rent. You know what I mean? Our kids getting raised by daycares, man. Because mom and dad need to work in order to make a living. Right? We gonna find no ease, man. We getting pulled over because we got a Johnson last name, a Rivera a last name, a Pierre last name. They know who he is when they run them tags, man. You can't ride in the BMW being who he is, man. They won't know what you're doing. You are a drug dealer just because that's your last name riding in this car. Right? Keep going.
It says, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
Right? Our feet ain't gonna have rest. Grandma's feet ain't got rest, man. Grandpa's feet ain't got rest, man. They ain't got retirement plans, man. We ain't got life insurances. Right? Keep going.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
Right? Trembling heart.
And failing of eyes.
Right?
And sorrow of mind.
Right? Because we're burying our kids, man. We bury our kids before we bury our mothers and our fathers out here, man. Right? Keep going.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
So the Bible says these people's life is going to hang in doubt. Right? We ain't going to know if we're going to make it home today, man. I don't know if my son is going to live to see 18, man. This is our life hanging in doubt. Guess what? These other nations don't go through that. They don't worry about these things. They not living these curses that's promised to be put on these people for our disobedience. Right? Keep going.
It says, and thou shalt fear night and day.
Right? We're going to fear night and day, man. We got to fear it in the day because the police going to pull our asses over. Right? We got to fear at night because they're going to pull us out of our car, man, with the kids in the back seat. Right? We fear, man. Our people might say we don't fear, man. I fear for my kids out here, man. I mean, my son, they like gamble, right? When you get locked up, they like, he's coming back to jail. I mean, they know that's what your whole social security number is about. You know what I mean? So they're already counting our children to be filling up these prisons. Bro, the juvenile justice system and CFCF is curses in our captivity, right? Which is America right now. This is a big captivity, a big prison for our people, man. Right? Keep going.
And shall return unto the Lord thy God.
So we're going to remember that we're going to return. That's what you see coming out here, man. You got brothers rising up everywhere. This is small compared to what's really going on, man. It's thousands of us in America, man, rising up and teaching our people their real history. I mean, teaching our people how to get out of this, man. Because we in the last days, it's about to be World War III, right? They no more corn and wheat growing in Ukraine. They can't send none of that, none of them products. It's about to be famine of food out here. What's going to happen when there ain't no food in the stores? They're going to start running in houses, right? It's about to get worse than we ever seen out here, man. And it's all prophesied that it was going to happen. And guess what? It's happening like clockwork, man. Right? Keep going.
It says, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day.
If we obey him and listen, right?
Thou and thy children.
So we gotta teach our kids. You know what I mean? That's what we doing, man. It ain't hard. Don't have sex with your man wife. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Don't have no other gods. You know what I mean? Don't eat no pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. It's things. Don't be a homosexual. It's things that we can do. You know what I mean? Be strong men, man. Fight for the Most High like we would fight for the white man's army, man. Right? Keep going.
With all thy heart.
Right? Our people want to go see the Barbie movie. They want to dress up in all pink and teach our children that it's okay to cut your rod off and be a woman. Right? This is what they teaching our kids, man. Right? Keep going.
It says, this day, and thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity.
So once we keep the commandments and teach our children, then he's going to turn our captivity. This is the only way out. We ain't got no army. Who's going to stand up for us? We're going to depend on Joe Biden? He's selling coke out the crib, out the White House now, man. You know what I mean? They literally found cocaine in the White House. You know what I mean? And now our people want to glorify that. Now that's my nigga, right? But he ain't do nothing. He said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And the only thing he gave us was free syringes in Kensington, right? He gave us crack pipes in a vending machine all over the U.S. He got you a place to get high in Kensington, man. And he got some peanut butter jelly sandwiches under the bridge. That's all they gave us, man. Right? Keep going.
It says, to have compassion, Salaki. Then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
Right, so everywhere we got sold to, he gonna gather us, right?
If any of thine be driven out unto the utmost part of heaven.
Right, because you got blacks in China being oppressed. You got blacks in Saudi Arabia getting oppressed. They're not living like them. They the slaves. They the ones working at the jobs that nobody want to work at. Right? You got Native Indians in Spain, man. Right? We everywhere. We've been sold everywhere. He said he gonna gather us. Right? Keep going.
From thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee, and the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed.
Right? This is heaven. Heaven is going to be here on earth, because the white man will tell you heaven is some spiritual realm. Right? They can live their heaven now, but you got to die to live yours. You got to die to be in your heaven. But they ain't in heaven today. Right? No, our heaven going to be here on earth. Our heaven is going to be us having slaves, man. That's what heaven look like.
Right. It says, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers.
Right, we're going to be better than Moses. He's going to multiply us above him, right? So now this is how we get into it, right? What is it going to look like when we get in there, right? Let me get Isaiah 14:2. What is it going to look like in this heaven, right? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 14 from the top. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Right, the Lord ain't going to have mercy on everybody. He said, I'm going to have mercy on Jacob, right?
And will yet choose Israel.
We are the descendants of Israel. Keep going.
And set them in their own land.
Right, he said, once we come back, he's going to gather us from all the nations and put us back into the land that our fathers own, right?
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Strangers are every other nation in Chinese, so they're going to be in the heaven too. Everybody's going to heaven. But what it look like, right?
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
The house of the Israelites are going to possess these strangers, right? Like how you possess those sneakers, that's your sneakers, man. You want to throw them away and get a new pair, guess what? That's your shit. You can do that, right? You want to set them on fire, you want to clean them up and put them up high. You can do whatever you want. That belong to you, right? Go ahead.
Shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Right, we're gonna possess these people as servants and handmaids, man. That's slaves, man. Keep going.
And they shall take them captive.
We're gonna take them captives.
Whose captives they were.
Whose captives we were. Guess what? We serving our enemies, man. We are their captives. We're gonna take them captives, man. That's according to God, the God that we serve, man. Why the Christian church ain't teaching this? Right? Keep going.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right, just going to rule over our oppressors. Why? Let's get Numbers 35 and 33. Right? Why? Why is this going to happen? Right?
It's Numbers 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Right?
For blood, it defileth the land.
Right? Blood defiles the land. Guess what? This land is filled with our blood, man. Yeah. This land is defiled with our blood, man. Right. So we cannot pollute the land. Right? Keep going.
The land and
start from the top.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. For blood, it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein.
Right? The land can't be cleansed by the blood that was shed, but by what?
But by the blood of him that shed it.
So this land is going to get cleansed by the blood of those who shed our blood. Their blood is going to get shed.
Right.
According to God. Right? So we can't go to their ancestors and be like, hey, your people enslaved us, right? Oh, they're going to say we didn't do it. Right? That was my ancestors that did it. But do they carry their ancestors' blood? Yeah. Yeah. So let me get Isaiah 14 to 21. Their children carries their blood, man. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare
What
slaughter.
is God telling us to do?
Prepare slaughter for his children.
For their children, man. For what?
For the iniquity of their
For
fathers.
the sins of their fathers, for the hanging us, man, for whipping us in the back, for selling us, for cutting the wounds out of our foremothers, slamming the baby's head on the rock, feeding them to alligators and dogs, man. This is what they did to us. He said, prepare slaughter for their children, for the iniquity of their fathers, right? Keep going.
That they do not rise nor possess the land.
Right, and they rose for a short period of time, right? They possessing the land, but we're going to break this thing down, man. Just like how God did with Pharaoh in Egypt. He let him build up, and they had us as slaves, and he hardened his heart. He didn't want to let us go, just like America don't want to let us go, right? He going to destroy these people with thermonuclear destruction, right? Keep going.
Nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right? Let me get Revelation 13 and 10. Right?
Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity.
Wait, who led us in captivity? The white man led us in captivity. So the Bible is saying, this Christ words right here. He's saying, he that leads into captivity
Shall go into captivity.
Did they ever go in captivity for putting us in captivity? They never, man. There was never no justice for what happened to us. But according to the Bible, this is the justice, man. This is the justice that we gonna get. All we gotta do is listen. Did we ever try that? We never tried this. What we got to lose, man? About not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, worshiping our God, man. Right? Our people worship everybody else's God. Right? So our God said, those who lead in captivity, gonna go into captivity, right?
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Guess what, man? The white man goes around this whole world with a sword, man. Dominating everybody's land, man. They bomb everywhere they go, steal the natural resources, take the people out of this land, replace them over here, then bring themselves into this land. You know what I mean? They didn't own the whole Western world. You know what I mean? They took over that land with Alexander the Great and the Greeks, and then the Romans came in, and then America came. You know what I mean? This is the all-white rulership, and this thing gonna fall, man. And this was coming to America. Is you on it?
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Let me get 149 and 149 from the top. Here's the faith and the patience of the saints, that those who lead into captivity going into captivity, man. That's the patience of the faith, the saints of this Bible, man. And that's us. We are the saints, those who made a covenant with the Most High with Moses. Right? Keep going. Psalms 149.
From the top, right? Psalms 149 from the top. Praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song.
Right, a new song. This is a new covenant. This is our kingdom. This is what this new song is talking about. Keep going.
And his praise in the congregation of the saints.
Right? That's the Israelites.
Go
ahead.
Let Israel rejoice in him.
Right? We're going to rejoice in God. Right? Keep going.
That made him.
Right?
Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king.
Right? Our children is going to be joyful in their king. Christ ain't no white boy. He's a so-called black man with woolly hair, feet of bronze has been burned in the furnace. According to the Bible, God has woolly hair, and his body is of a jasper stone. That's a dark brown. This is who we worship, man. This is the God of the Bible. But somehow they painted a white Jesus, white angels, white prophets, man. Right? Keep going.
It says, let them praise his name in the dance. Let's sing praises unto him.
Yo, you got a flyer, King?
Yo, you got a flyer?
You got a flyer?
You got a flyer?
Yeah, all praise. Yo, check us out, man. Call me if anything, man. We here for you, King. I love you, man.
Love you, King.
Be safe, all right?
Be safe,
all praise to the Most High, man.
Praise the Most High.
Right, finish that out.
Let them praise him. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people.
Right, the Lord taketh pleasure in all people.
In his people.
Right, the Lord taketh pleasure in his people, man. Keep going.
He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in the Lord. Let them sing aloud upon their bed.
Right, let the saints be joyful in the Lord, the God of the Holy Bible. No other God, man. We don't worship no other God, because all other gods ain't nothing but idols, and you're serving your vain imagination. Right, keep going.
Let the high praises of God be in their mouth.
Right.
And a two-edged sword in their hand.
So why are we going to be singing to praises to the Most High with a two-edged sword in our hand? Let's find out.
To execute vengeance.
Right, you said the saints of the Most High will be executing vengeance. Go ahead.
Upon the heathen.
Right, the heathen are everybody outside of the Israelites. That's the Chinese, the Japanese, the white man, the East Indian man, every other nation outside of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, right? It said we're going to have a sword to execute vengeance upon these heathen, right? Keep going.
And punishment
And
upon the people.
A punishment upon these people. Keep going.
To bind their kings in chains.
So bind their kings in
With
chains. Right? That means Joe Biden is going in chains.
Right.
That means Donald Trump going in chains, man.
Right.
That means you Saudi Arabian kings going in chains.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
To bind their kings in chains.
Right.
And their nobles with fetish of iron.
Right? Their kings going to have iron yokes on their neck. Why? Because these curses going to get reversed. Keep going.
To execute upon them judgment written with honor. Have all his saints.
Honor have all his saints, man.
Praise ye the Lord.